Hello, global adventurers! Welcome to the fifth and final episode of our special series, Ancient Egypt, on the Adventures and Facts podcast. I'm your host, and today, wow, look at this sunset over the beautiful Nile River. It feels sad, but wonderful, because our journey is coming to an end. We have seen so much. We started with the giant pyramids, walked through the colossal columns of Karnak, went deep into King Tut's golden tomb, and stood between the paws of the Great Sphinx. The ancient Egyptian civilization is truly rich with knowledge and unforgettable secrets. Today, we are in Aswan for our grand finale, and right next to me on this traditional boat is our amazing guide, Professor Adam Horus. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you. Welcome, Jessica, and welcome to all our amazing listeners. I am a bit sad too, but so proud to share the final secrets of my ancestors with you today.
Adam, before we talk about the Nile, I am looking at these tall, four-sided stone pillars in Egypt. They point straight up to the sky like fingers of stone. What are they?
Those are obelisks. An obelisk is a beautiful monument carved from one single piece of pink granite rock. They were very heavy, sometimes weighing over 300 tons. Pharaohs placed them at the entrance of temples to honor the sun god. They are so beautiful that many countries took them, and today you can see Egyptian obelisks in Rome, Paris, and London.
Carved from one piece of granite? How did they write those beautiful pictures and symbols on them?
Those pictures are called hieroglyphs. Hieroglyphs was the formal writing system of ancient Egypt. For over 1,500 years, nobody could read them. It was a complete mystery. But in 1799, soldiers found a special black stone called the Rosetta Stone. It had the same story written in 3 different languages, including hieroglyphs. A brilliant French scientist named Jean-Francois Champollion used it to unlock the secret of hieroglyphs in 1822. Unlocked the secret of hieroglyphs? What does unlock mean here, Adam? Unlock usually means opening a door with a key, but here it means solving a difficult mystery. Thanks to the Rosetta Stone, we can finally read what the pharaohs wrote on their walls and understand their history.
Wonderful! Unlocking a mystery means solving it. Now, Adam, look at this river. They say Egypt is the gift of the Nile. How did the regular Egyptian people live their daily lives here? What were their most important historical moments every year?
The life of an ancient Egyptian was beautiful, organized, and deeply connected to the Nile. Their year was divided into 4 major historical milestones or stations. The first station was Akhet, the flooding season. The river water rose up and covered the dry sand with rich black mud. For them, this was a celebration, not a disaster. It brought life to the soil.
Flooding season covered the dry sand? Yes. Flooding means the river gets too full and water covers the land. The second major station was the royal building season. Because the fields were full of water, farmers could not plant crops. So during this time, they traveled to Giza or Luxor to work on the king's massive projects, like building the pyramids or temples. They did this proudly to serve their country and received excellent food and medical care. So they built the monuments when the Nile water covered the farms? That is so organized. What was the third station?
The third station was Perret, the growing season. When the water went down, the soil was perfect. The farmers returned to their lands, sang beautiful songs, and worked hard to plant seeds of wheat and barley. And finally, the fourth and happiest station was Shimu, the harvest season, when they collected all the food to feed the whole country. In their free time, they loved playing board games like Senet, listening to music, and floating on the Nile with their families. They lived a very rich and happy life because they respected nature and knowledge.
Adam, this has been the most beautiful journey of my life. As we look at the river at the end of our series, how do you feel?
I feel incredibly grateful, Jessica. Looking at the Nile reminds me of my grandfather. He was the one who taught me to love history. Before he passed away, he sat with me right here on the riverbank in Aswan. He took some Nile water in his hands and told me, "Adam, this water has flowed through our country for thousands of years. It carried the boats of Khufu and Ramses. When you study history, you are not just studying dead stones. You are keeping the spirit of our ancestors alive."
That is incredibly beautiful, Adam.
Yes. Every time I do a tour or talk to amazing students like our listeners, I feel I am fulfilling my grandfather's wish. Ancient Egypt left us pyramids and gold, but their greatest gift was their knowledge, their science, and their love for life. I hope our listeners can feel that magic too, no matter where they are in the world.
Wow, Adam, your grandfather was a very wise man. Thank you for passing his wisdom to us and to our global family. Now, my global friends, it's time to open my word backpack for the very last time in this series. Let's look at 10 final important words. I will say the word, tell you its meaning in English, read an example, and then leave 3 seconds for you to repeat the example out loud. Speak with pride and confidence. Ready? Let's go. Word 1, honor. Meaning, to show great respect for someone or something. Example, we build monuments to honor great heroes. Word 2, papyrus. Meaning, a plant that grew along the Nile River and was used by the ancient Egyptians to make paper, boats, baskets, and ropes. Example, ancient Egyptians wrote important documents on papyrus made from plants growing along the Nile. Word 3, unlock. Meaning, to open something or to solve a difficult mystery. Example, reading books can unlock new worlds for you. Word 4, flood. Meaning, a large amount of water covering an area that is usually dry. Example, heavy rain caused a small flood in the street. Word 5, disaster. Meaning, a very bad event that causes a lot of damage or hurt. Example, the fire was a terrible disaster for the forest. Word 6, soil. Meaning, the top layer of earth or mud where plants grow. Example, you need good soil and water to grow flowers. Word 7, harvest. Meaning, the time of year when crops and food are collected from the fields. Example, summer is the season for the wheat harvest. Word 8, ancestor. Meaning, a person in your family who lived a long time ago. Example, my ancestors came from a beautiful small island. Word 9, fulfill. Meaning, To do or achieve something that was promised or wished. Example: she worked hard to fulfill her dream of becoming a doctor. Word 10. Finale. Meaning: the last and most exciting part of a show, piece of music, or series. Example: the fireworks at midnight were a beautiful finale. Outstanding job! You have learned so many words in this series. Now, here is your final episode challenge. I want you to write a comment below this video using at least 2 words from today's word backpack. Answer this question: what was your favorite episode in this Ancient Egypt series and why? Write your answer below. I will read every single comment with tears of joy in my eyes. Wow! Today, we unlocked the secrets of hieroglyphs, learned about the heavy obelisks, and discovered how the Nile shaped the 4 major stations of daily life and history in ancient Egypt. And look at how much we have learned throughout this entire series, Adam. In our first episode, we learned that Egypt has over 118 pyramids built by free, respected workers. In our second episode, we walked among the 134 columns of Karnak and learned about the sun miracle of Abu Simbel. In our third episode, we went underground into the 63 tombs of the Valley of the Kings to discover King Tut's gold and the science of mummification. And in our fourth episode, we stood with the Sphinx and learned the secret of the singing statues of Memnon. We have covered so much history.
You summarized it beautifully, Jessica. And you know what? The ancient Egyptian civilization is incredibly rich with knowledge, science, and endless information. What we explored together in these 5 episodes are just the most important landmarks and highlights of this deep history. There is still so much more to discover.
It is truly a beautiful ocean of knowledge. Professor Adam Horus, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being the best guide on this incredible adventure.
It was an honor, Jessica. And thank you to everyone learning English with us. Keep exploring and never stop learning.
My wonderful friends, if you loved this special series, please click like, subscribe to our channel, and share it with everyone you know. Thank you for traveling with us. See you next time in a brand new adventure on Adventures and Facts. Goodbye! Learning English is a daily journey, and every day you get better. See you tomorrow on Listening English Daily with our next exciting story.